Hey everybody, welcome once again to Live on Stage. I am your host, Lucio Fernandez. Muy buenas noches a todos, bienvenidos a En Vivo y en Escena. Yo soy su anfitrión, Lucio Fernandez. We have a great show in store for you guys tonight because we have a bunch of really talented, terrific young classical musicians right here on Live on Stage. They were visiting from Korea and India, and they were playing in New York and New Jersey, throughout the tri-state area, directed by Miss Jahye Kim, a renowned classical pianist. This is an incredible show right here on Live on Stage. We are going to interview them. We're going to see them perform. This is phenomenal right here, the level of quality of talent that we bring on this TV show. Sí, señoras y señores, tenemos un programa muy especial porque tenemos músicos clásicos jóvenes, pero tocando música clásica. Vienen de India, vienen de Corea y estaban tocando aquí en Nueva York y en New Jersey, por todo el área triestatal. Esto es un programa excelente para que ustedes vean el talento de estos jóvenes. This is terrific for all of you watching us on the internet via World Wide Web, seeing us in Korea, in India. Welcome to Live on Stage. If you want to know more about us, log on to our website, www.liveonstagetv.com. If you want to know about me, luciofernandez.com. Check us out. Anyway, enough talking, enough messing around. Vamos a parar este lío. Vamos a comenzar el programa. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out and then come back to me in the studio. The best of classical music right here on Live on Stage, people. Peace, baby. So we're here with Jahye Kim, founder of the Hudson Foundation and the City Philharmonic Orchestra, and also general manager of the New York International Concerto Festival, Abigail Yoon. First of all, welcome, Jahye. Tell us a little bit about the Hudson Foundation, the City Philharmonic, and this incredible concert series that you have put together.
Yes. From 2013 summer, we started the New York International Concert Festival, and the second time we had a great time. The participants from the India and then Korea, also China, and we stayed 2 weeks at the house, and then we had so many concerts. So we had. Union City Performing Arts Center with the Union City Philharmonic Orchestra, they performed, and then they have a concert at the Union City Museum, and then tonight they just finished the Lincoln Center concert. And it was really good.
No, this is phenomenal. This incredible group has performed at the Union City Museum, like she mentioned, Union City Performing Arts Center, and most recently at Lincoln Center tonight. Actually, that I witnessed a concert, a wonderful, wonderful concert, and with incredible, talented individuals. And some of these young artists have come from Korea. You know, we have people from China. We have one from India. Some from the U.S. It's an incredible, incredible concerto festival that's been put together here by Michael and Jahye. Michael, tell us a little bit about the Concerto Festival.
Well, as you know, our concerts are based on world peace, and last year we did our concert to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the armistice of the Korean War. This year, our concert series is called Empowering the Oppressed with Music, and this is to go back to the 60th anniversary of the Korean War last year, in memory of the comfort women who suffered. That kind of slavery and violence still goes on today. In countries like Congo, Cambodia, and even here in America, little kids, like the people who are going to be performing tonight, those little children are taken captive and sold and taken into bondage and suffering all sorts of things like prostitution or like cleaning or working in little factories. And this is just a horrible condition that people should think about. Otherwise, if we just ignore it and put it under the carpet, this will continue forever. And without that, we can't have world peace.
It's wonderful you guys dedicate the concert series to an important social problem, actually. Now, for those of I know what the comfort women were, but for those of the people who are watching right now, tell us a little bit about the comfort women. What's the whole story behind it?
Well, comfort women, there's no actual real comfort women. They're just people that the opposing army would just capture and take away, and they're supposed to comfort the soldiers, but obviously they don't want to, so they get raped and beaten and tortured, and all kinds of horrible things happen to them.
Now, not to put you guys in the spot, but this actually happened during World War II. Where tell us a little bit about that. Who supplied the comfort women to what army, and what happened actually?
Well, the truth is, Japan took people from South Korea and put them into the army and treated themselves to getting themselves comforted. But as you know, this has been in the news recently. The city of Glendale had put up a statue in memory of the comfort women. And there's a small faction of the Japanese people who find this offensive to Japanese today, saying that they should take the statue down. But luckily, the government thinks that this is kind of human rights, and they left the statue up there.
Well, what's important is not to blame a typical a community for something that happened in the past. It's just we want to avoid it happening again in the future. So it's just bringing attention to it. It's not blaming a country or a people for something that already happened. And that's a past generation. It's for it not to happen again. That's what we're looking forward to.
The important thing is we didn't treat this matter as against the Korean, Japan. We really treated this matter as a human rights, which is really, someone who weak, like a woman, children, should be protected, right? So whenever we have a war or something like a hard time, they should be. We have to remember they the one we have to protect.
Well, women's slavery exists today. Even in America, I believe over 100,000 young girls disappear every year, and they're turned into prostitution and sexual abuse throughout this country. So this is a common occurrence. I know for myself in different communities where the Hispanic communities are large, they bus in women to dance with men in the bars and just to pay a couple of dollars to dance with them and maybe take them home. And it's unfortunate this kind of stuff still happening even in this great country of ours.
Most people think that this stuff happens only in third world countries, but it's up to the men to stick up actually, because men are the ones who want the supply and demand, and they should stop this and be a real man, because nobody would want them to do that to their own sister. So they should just think about it, and it's not about what country or whatever, it's just about human rights. You wouldn't do that to your own sister, or what if it was your mother or something, or somebody you cared about.
Now, both of you, tell us a little bit about the talent in this year's in the Winter New York International Concerto Festival. What do you think of the talent?
The talent, the real talented girls are here and boys. They are so gifted one, and they really, every concert, they really praying with their hearts for the world peace, and then it comes out everything through their talent in the concert, their music.
Michael?
Well, as you've heard, everybody's so talented, even the little ones who are like 6 or 7, up to the ones who are like 15 and 16. I think they put so much dedication, and they know that what they're doing can make a difference into the world. Because it's not just a concert where you play your piece and everything's all gone after the applause. It's about something bigger. And with music, creating an atmosphere for world peace and empowering the oppressed.
All right, great. With that said, let's go and see some of these performances, and then we'll come back with us, and we'll interview some of these young performers. Check this out, and then come back to us. Okay, so we're back with me after seeing these wonderful performances, and we have this wonderful, wonderful flutist, Soa Cho, from Korea, no less, performing right here in New York City, in Lincoln Center. Soa, tell us a little bit about how you feel about coming to New York, about performing in Lincoln Center and working with this wonderful, wonderful artist, Jahye Kim.
뉴욕에서 이렇게 공부를 하고 이렇게 링컨 센터에서 콘서트를 해서 어떻게 느끼는 거예요?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Oh, okay, now people in Korea are going to be seeing this.
I want a little bit talking about
so,
her.
yes.
Yeah, she is a Soa Cho, who is 23 years old, and then she from the Seoul, which conservatory?
숨쉴 conservatory.
And she performed last Sunday with the City Philharmonic Orchestra, and she did a wonderful job. Also today, her flute sounds really with peace throughout all of the world.
Now, Soa, tell this to Soa. Soa, the American audience is going to understand your music. Music is international. It's international language. Everybody understands music. But tell the Korean people how you felt coming to New York City and performing at Lincoln Center.
너가 음악을 하는 거는 정말 너무너무 아름다운 지금 사람들이 다 이해를 할 수 있는 거잖아. 링컨 센터에서 연주하고 이렇게 오케스트라 연주해서 어떤 느낌이 들고 소감이 어때요?
일단 링컨 센터라는 최고의 무대에서 연주를 할 수 있다는 것만이라도 정말 저는 원더풀하고요. 그리고 저 인생에 있어서는 정말 그럴 만한 일인 것 같아요. 정말 꿈만 같은 일인 것 같아요. 저는.
It seems like a dream. During 2 weeks, what he did and what they did is just amazing, and she feels so honored to perform at the Lincoln Center, also New City Philharmonic Orchestra.
Great, thank you so very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Now let's meet another artist.
Yay.
And we're here with a wonderful vocalist, Pallavi Seth, from India, no less, from India, coming here to perform in New York City. We're so excited to have her, and we don't need to translate for her because she's not going to speak Hindi. She's going to speak English to us so I can really understand her. Tell us a little bit about your career, what brought you here, how you met Jahye. Tell us a little bit about your experiences.
I started my career in music with Indian classical music when I was about, let's say, 5 years old. And that's been my drive. And then I kept going, and Indian classical music is what touched me, and then I began Western classical music as I kept growing. And I met this beautiful Jai of mine in India, and ever since then, I think I sung for her a little bit here and there, and she has supported me, encouraged me through every single step, maybe from the time I was, let's say, 17 years old, pushed me to get the feeling of music, the language of music, and put me through these wonderful opportunities. Lincoln Center has been my first concert here ever, and if I didn't have Jai, I wouldn't be able to do this at this age, and I'm so thankful to you.
I hope I didn't push her too much. But one thing I want to tell is Union City Philharmonic Orchestra had a concert tour in India last October, and I met her and her family, and it was the first time ever I visit. And I really saw something and felt something about the India, the little kids, what they doing, and then the woman, what kind of treated they got here and there. So actually that India was like was a motivation for making this kind of a concert series. And then I was so happy she can make it because she only came here like 4 days ago from India. So it's so honored to have her.
To that, I want to say, if you go and hear the recordings of the concert, my first piece, my opening piece, absolutely addresses the theme of this concert series. It talks about men and how you trust them and then they break your trust. I relate men to trees that you rest upon and then they break, and yet they break your trust and they break your love. And so we really need peace at this point. We need men to understand and respect women and what their value is. At the end of the day, every man is the child of a mother, and that's where women come from, and they should respect them instead of treating them like this and oppressing them all over, including India. It's a very sometimes very poor and oppressed people you find over the streets. But I do know that it's developing, and through music, I know that we can create this piece. So I'm really thankful to Jahye for doing
Thank
this.
you. It was a wonderful concert.
Well said. Well, let's go on. We'll meet some other artists coming your way. Thank you. So we're here with the other three wonderful musicians that performed here tonight, and Jahye Kim is going to introduce each and every one of them and tell us where they're from, and they can speak Korean. I want the Korean people to know that their children are here in New York City performing and representing their country with honor and with much talent. So Jahye, please introduce these young artists.
Yeah. Okay, this is Jaehak, and this is Jihye, and then this is Jiseul, who is a 14, 16, 17 years old, very young, talented the pianist from Korea. And I mean, it was the first time ever they took the flight, and the first time ever came to another country besides Korea. So they had a really, really exciting time, I'm sure.
Can you ask them each in Korean to respond in Korean? How do they feel being here in New York City?
Okay, sure. 한국말로 여기 와서 얼마나 뭘 느꼈는지. Tell me.
한국은 정말 좁은 곳이라는 것을 느꼈고 여기 오니까 너무 건물들이 커서 되게 당황스러웠지만 되게 멋있는 것 같아요.
저도 여기 와서 모든 게 다 크다고 느꼈고 무엇보다 음악을 하는 데 있어서 제가 하고 싶은 음악을 할 수 있게 되게 좋은 곳 같아요.
네, 저는 여기 오는 이유가 새로운 문화 경험 그런 걸 하고 싶어서 뉴욕에 오게 됐는데요. 정말 새로운 문화 경험과 많은 경험하게 돼서 정말 좋아요.
So they had an amazing time in like a big country. So like they saw so many big different stuff. So that actually affected their music. So now their music is growing. Yes.
Well, now you've met all the wonderful musicians that performed here tonight. And anyway, check out their website, www.hudsonfineartsfoundation.org or unioncityorchestra.org. And you learn all about their festival and what's coming up in the summer, the Summer New York International Concerto Festival. More great artists. Anyway, let's go back to me in the studio to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Korea. So what do you guys think, huh? Incredible talent. not only were they talented, they were such nice kids. I mean, it was wonderful to interview them and getting to know them a little bit. And you know, they're back off to Korea. But what a wonderful program under the direction of Miss Jahye Kim. Jahye Kim, aside from being a wonderful, internationally renowned classical pianist, she's also the founder of the Hudson Fine Arts Foundation, the City Philharmonic Orchestra, and the Young Artist Competition. And she is the founder and president of the New York International Concerto Festival, that has a program in the winter and in the summer featuring incredibly talented young classical musicians from all over the world, from India, Korea, China, the US. Incredible musicians. So we're so proud to have been able to showcase them here on Live on Stage. Sí, este programa está muy orgulloso de haber tenido a Jahye Kim, la directora de este programa de música, con nosotros, con estos talentosos músicos jóvenes de Corea, de China, de India, vienen del mundo entero, hasta de Estados Unidos. Y esto ocurre 2 veces al año en Nueva York. Esto es una cosa increíble. Anyway, nos vemos la próxima vez. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know about me, check me out, luciofernandez.com. If you want to know anything about this TV show, www.liveonstagetv.com. Anyway, we gotta go, we gotta hustle, we gotta boogie on out of here. Till next time, I am your host, Lucio Fernandez. Good night, everybody. Peace out, baby. Peace out.